Alright, welcome back everyone to part 2 of our Native Tools lecture and course for the SketchUp class that I've been doing by Firestarter Graphics and Engineering. So, as a review, last time, or in part 1, we talked about using solid tools to remove the shape of a cylinder out of a square block, and then being able to do it natively using intersect faces and the context. One quick note I want to show you guys real quick. Circle, let's just do this. I'm going to move it to right here a little bit on, oh, I just messed up that geometry. Okay, let's put that there. So one thing, when we go to right click and we go to intersect faces, it'll either say with model selection or context. I usually do context. That's usually when this is in a component and you're doing it in the component level, but sometimes, I mean, you can do it with model and then delete, 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 and to verify that it's there, use X-ray, and it'll show that it's there. Delete the face, delete the face, delete that, and voila, it's there. Make a component, create. You'll notice it says solid. That's great. Run solid inspector to fix those interfaces, not interfaces, to fix the reverse faces, and it's good. But let's do a little bit something more complicated. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. I'm going to start here on the origin. I'm going to go into top view. I'm going to grab my polygon tool. I want 6 sides. Sides are right here. Before you click anywhere, type in what you want for your side. So I'm always going to do 6. I'm going to click and I'm going to go along the green axis. Now this is circumscribed, as in it's inside this circle. I'm going to hit Control and it puts it on the outside of the circle. Now I'm going to man, I'm in millimeters, but I need to be in meters real quick. Hold on. So go to Window, Model Info, Units. Let's go to meters. I like working with meters. Precision, I'm just going to drop it up to that. Okay, I'm going to put it at 12.5 for the radius. That's great. Push, we're going to push pull this thing up 60 meters, Control Shift E to zoom out, or to zoom extents, I should say. So we have this wonderful hex looking bolt or post. So I'm going to make it a component real quick. Okay, so my goal is to cut a ring that's, I don't know, 3 millimeters deep and 20 millimeters down. So I'm going to go in component level, use the tape measure tool, and we're going to drag this down 20 units. Okay, then I'm going to just drag this one to the center because I like having that there. And then I'm going to drag, I can't see it, there it is, along the green axis by 2 millimeters. Let's see how that did. Okay, so perfect. So now go back into the component level and I want to move this one along the green axis by 2 millimeters. Spacebar, let's see. Okay, so basically I've taken these guide points and shoved them out here. So now, Butamus, okay, circle. We're going to go along this one, have the X there, hit right arrow to get to the red, and we know that 2 millimeters or 2 meters is right to the edge, but we want 3 deep. So I'm just going to type 5, hit enter, X-ray just to see it. That was pretty good. Okay. Alright, so now that is on the outside. Perfect. So what I want to do is I want a circle. We're going to use the follow me path, but first I want a guide right along here. Circle, right like that. Unselect everything and click that edge. Click follow me. Click that. So now it makes this ring. Beautiful ring. Going to triple click it. We don't need to make a component. What I'm going to do is go edit, cut. I'm going to get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Double click inside there. And then we're going to go edit, paste, and place. And there's our ring. So now we're going to do intersect faces. There's with context. That's the one I'm going to use. Okay. Now I'm going to delete that. And notice it's left this interesting shape all along this right here. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to click that. Now if you remember last time I said if you click on a boundary and you delete it, it breaks the shape. That does nothing for us. So X-ray mode to verify that there's some sort of pattern in there, and there is. So let's figure this out. So we can delete each individual face, and that'll leave those I'll show you. It'll leave this line right here, which is fine. But let's go ahead and just control click on each one of these lines. You could probably control click on each face and it will delete these lines as well, but just in case, delete. Look at that. Click that, reverse faces, and voila, solid component, no errors, everything is shiny. So if you remember from one of my other videos, we actually used Nroth solid tools to use that ring to cut this out, and we ran into the tiny face issue where we actually had to scale the model up. When you use native tools, you still get the tiny face issue. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. We just happen to be lucky today. So don't always expect you're going to be that lucky. So let's go ahead and get rid of these guides real quick so we can admire our part. And I don't know why it does this, but have you ever noticed when you're in component editing mode, it moves it away from the origin? That really bugs me, and I need to figure out why it does that, because I usually build my parts right across the origin. Anyway, so there's how you do really cool stuff with just the native tools, and solid tools just happens to do it faster. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this lecture series on how to do things natively so that you know how to do it if you're a SketchUp Make person. But if you have Pro, I still suggest learning how to do it and then using the solid tools. Use Nroth. And if you have SketchUp Make and you really want solid tools, go get the Bool Tool 2 from this dude or this person. They work great. They're just as good as the solid tools. So, requires SketchUp 2016 Plus. Anyway, so glad you guys enjoyed. So have fun sketching, and thanks for watching.